live.
Hello, good evening, curious people of the internet. This is Seda Reda speaking with another episode, live stream this time, another rerun with Daniel Kusiak. Hey, Daniel.
Hi, Seda. Good to talk to
Daniel.
you. Good to see you.
Yeah, well, it's really awesome to see you. You are the CEO and co-founder now of a streaming slash production company, Intio IO. But before that, you worked for companies like Apple, and you have been an entrepreneur since this little. You were like 13 when you started doing business and going on your own. So I want to talk about that a little bit. Where does your this entrepreneurial spirit come from? What did you do, or what did your parents do to nurture it? And you were at Apple as a network engineer, and then you changed to the education department, as far as I know, and then you decided to go on your own. So it's all very interesting and creative. But before we have to talk about the food.
Okay.
Yay! Because I know that you have so many awesome tricks. Show us, Daniel.
Yes. Okay, that's the kitchen.
Hey, look at this!
So
it's magic.
Yeah,
wow.
by magic of the video production. But I promise that everything is natural. I don't use any artificial thing, because the school of food styling, I think it started as soon as photography started. But it was highly commercialized in the 80s, 70s and 80s. And then it was all of these crazy methods. For example, the food should look glossy, and because the food has to be warm, but you cannot have a warm food on a set. So how to make the food glossy? You use the hairspray. And now you have a perfect glossy food, completely unedible.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to test you in the end. I'm going to let you eat your food. And if you go like this, then probably it's hairspray food. Well, all sorts of tricks, Daniel. I mean, you're not only a food hacker, you're also a IT hacker. And I know you hack into all sorts of weird systems, including your own body. But let's not go there yet. The evening is too early. So I have seen a watermelon, some feta cheese, and some cucumbers. What are you doing?
Yes, so the first idea was to hack you with the different kind of food, because there was like 3 ingredients, and we had these arguments for weeks now when we discuss if the tomatoes are counted as a one ingredient, or if dry tomatoes is a different ingredient and regular tomatoes are other ingredient. So, but summer came, it's warm, and we need something fresh. So I just switched to the very simple thing. I really like it. I can eat it only in the summer. Actually, it's just a water, lemon, cucumber, and feta cheese. Since we're not counting as ingredients the mint, because this is a spice, and olive oil and the lemon. It's just like we don't count that. But no, it's simple, fresh, and it was doable in a studio conditions as well, which And of course, and about this it's not a hacking. The whole media production, it's this crazy market when we have to do something artificial to actually show you on the screen in a way that you expect it, and it's the way it's real for you. Because if we would show you something as it's done, then probably you wouldn't be hungry after this food. So, it's just about the colors and taste and the way you show something.
Yeah, well, actually, that's true. But Entrepreneur's Kitchen is all natural. So we're all in our natural clothing in the kitchen at its worst.
I promise that I'm 100% organic.
Exactly. Well, Daniel, before we move on with the with more details, I want to let people out there know that we have, as usual, a Slido channel. If you guys have any questions, there are a couple of interesting areas you can ask Daniel about, including food hacking and and food styling. You can go on Slido, and our event code is 79646. 79646, and all sorts of questions go to Daniel. Daniel, I'm also really, really grateful to you and to your company and to all your people, because you are the person who is partly making this stream of the Entrepreneur's Kitchen possible. So you said in the beginning, we have cultural institutions such as Vienna State Opera, and then you have all sorts of big corporations. They're who are trusting you, and they're like, and you, the Entrepreneur's Kitchen. Why?
Well, the content. That's the thing. The Netflix this year, or maybe at the end of last year, they stopped saying that they are a technological company. They start describing themselves as a media company, and the difference is the content production. So and the technology, it's always a race with the technology. It's very simple. As you know, we set it up, the basics for Entrepreneurship Kitchen, including the website streaming, etc., in a couple of minutes, because you just called me one evening and it's like, we want to make a TV. Oh, let's make a TV. And then, and you were the first, because, after COVID, everybody called and was like, can you set up the TV for us in minutes? Yeah, we did that. So, so that's the one reason. The second reason is, and this is something that is very, very deeply into cultivated by Intio and the whole team at Intio, because I'm just the face of the company, but we have many super intellectual people, great hackers, great programmers, great designers, and this is the people that create this company. But everybody is kind of driven by the same thing, to support the creators. And of course, we do large corporations, and they like us because we apparently were quite good with setting up the very complicated things, or showing them when they can grow, which is the achievement of itself, because usually the large corporation don't work with the small startups, not from the technology space. But we've managed to do it, and now we've managed to do it a couple of times, actually. So that's the thing, that we are very, very proud. But the mission from the beginning was to support the creators, the people like you. Actually, they are much more important for us than the large corporation, because large corporation has the resources. They will be fine, But enabling giving the tools to somebody who wants to create something, who wants to deliver the message. This is something that we really want to do. Yes, and fortunately we are fortunate enough to switching to this direction. So this will be the year when we hope to release our first product. We'll see how it goes. But
what kind of product are you? What kind of product are you talking about?
Well, the things that I can say. This will be the tool. This will be the tool for creators, and this will be the tool that will enable the cinematic quality of the video and audio, and also improve kind of the small things that are always complicated for the people who don't want to deal with it. And for example, there is a we have this huge board with all the functionalities and then the plan for the product. And there is something on this board which makes me funny, because whenever you see the live stream on the internet, almost all live streams starts like that. It's like, okay, we are live. Tell me in comments if I'm live. Yeah?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
like,
and this is
on?
yeah, exactly. And this is one of the and this is one of the things that we think that we have a very good way to solve this problem, right? So there's a couple of things like that.
You have a speech recognition that goes for, are we on?
Yeah, there is a kind of the feedback loop that checks for you a little bit, including artificial intelligence. You know that I'm a huge fan of artificial intelligence. So we have some artificial intelligence tools that actually check the status for you, and they give you maybe we don't have a user interface. Well, we have a user interface. It's called command line as of now, but we will. But we have a great creative director in the company, so I believe that she will create an awesome user interface. But the whole point is, like, you see the green dot. that means that you are actually live, that you don't have to ask, you don't have to start asking that. So there are a couple of things that we observe. And you know, the COVID situation just accelerated this. We had this planned, then we spent 3 months working 60 to 80 hours a week to serve our customers and to support our customers. There was a huge growth of streaming. This will stay. So you know, we know that we are at a very good moment as well. Although not that we wanted COVID to happen, but this is something that certainly well, it speeded up the development. And also we are now talking and dealing with completely new kind of customers. We were approached, and actually thanks to you, we are now discussing a little bit about how to create the architectural space for the streaming. And there is some sort of the coherent integration between the tools. So, there is something. So I hope that I will tell you better, and I hope that you will be one of the first users.
I think I will be, and I think what you're talking about. But I want to know. Well, you know, I actually at the beginning of our conversation before going online, I said I want to talk about the future and not so much about the past. But I do still want to know. Because I find it really interesting. You were a tiny boy. What did your parents tell you? Like, go out and work?
No, that's okay. There's 3 components to this story. There is the first component is the TV program for farmers. And this is my earliest memory of the computer. I think I had a 5 years old. I was sick. I was laying in a bed, and I just watched the TV. And there was this program for farmers, and on this program there was this weird device that controlled like some huge grain operations. I don't remember the details, but I remember that was like, how is that this little box controls these huge machines and make it happen? So this is the computer part, and ever since, and I know that this is around 5 years old, because that was the letter to Santa, when I drew the computer, because I was not able to write then. But from then, the computer was like the focus, and there was a local computer club that I attended. Back then, to operate a computer, you have to learn how to develop the small programs, the programs, scripts, this kind of things. So this is how it started. So that's that's the first thing. Thanks to my parents, they taught me one thing: love to learn, and that's their achievement. They just teach me to. I just love learning, and whatever new things, new component, new field that I can learn. I just love to learn. So
actually,
this is.
I actually really appreciate that with you, because when we called you first and we were like, Daniel, we want to start a TV, and this is what we want to do, and you were like, give me a couple of hours, I'm going to get back to you. And so you did some research, and you kind of put everything together, so it was really possible, and we learned so much as we go together in this process of setting up Entrepreneur's Kitchen too. So
yeah, but you have the most important component, because every piece of content is created not via technology, and that's the funny part. That's you need to have an idea, and then you need to write down this idea, create some sort of script, and then train yourself. Don't panic in front of the camera, etc. So that's I always support the people who want to learn. That's like the general rule. You want to learn, just call me. We will do whatever you want. Yeah. So that's and the okay.
So what was your first job? What was your first job?
Well, I love the computers, and I read everything that I could, and then I discovered something called internet. And there was, because it's a lot of things in my life. It's just pure luck. Yeah. So I was lucky enough that the company that sold the first commercial internet in the city that I was living, that was the company run by hackers, nerds, and geeks. So when I first get there, we have only this text-based terminal. And of course, obviously, I didn't have any clue what to do. And their answer was like, type man, which is manual to the manual. It was a big move from the time, but that was the approach. And that was like, okay, if you wanna, we will help you if you ask the smart question. Yeah, again, a little bit dickish, but working. If you have the right kind of character, it's just working. This kind of the thing just works for you. So that was and I had to learn the networking, and as soon as I learned the networking, the people came. Somebody wants the website, somebody wanted to have like the something set it up, the Unix server. We constantly did play with the new things. So and it was like, there was a huge drive, yeah, which was funny because from the perspective we read in the newspapers that now in the Silicon Valley there are people start to put the web URLs, web address instead of the phone numbers, and we have this aspiration to have the same. It didn't make any sense because there was no customers there, because back then internet was mostly academia and couple of nerds and geeks and hackers. So this is how it started. But the entrepreneurship part, this I can name the guy. He's called the Richard Branson. And when I was like 13 or 14, I just read the article about him. And his ability to create, and this is very specific. This is a very specific thing, because I have to correct you, but you are right and wrong at the same time, because there are two Intios. There is Intio TV, which is the company who deals with media market, and there is a Intio IO that will be the company who will launch other companies, and this is the dream. It's not there yet. It's not there yet. It just exists as a domain. It exists as a concept, and it exists as a group of people that wants to pursue the same goal. But this is I have to correct the LinkedIn also to kind of reflect it in the same way. Yeah.
It's a fine but important difference.
Yeah. It's just like the vehicle. So this and the Intio IO probably will exist because of the Richard Branson, because this was the guy who can take his own idea and execute it to the company, and it's amazing. Yeah, and that was something that was really I remember the picture when he was, and this is another thing that is super important for me. I remember the picture, and he was held by his team. And this is also for me like the prototype of the company. Company is not me. Company is not the money guys. It's not the CEO. It's just the people who create the company. And if anything, this is equally important for me, because ability to execute and launch the product is okay. It's awesome. That's really something. But actually, the people who create it are equally, if not most important part of it. And I'm super lucky because I can work with super creative, super.
You have to give me a second, because I realize it's almost 20 minutes into the show and I still haven't made my drink.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go to my kitchen now as well. Okay. Let's cut something. Yeah. Okay.
Cut something. Hey, look at this.
Yes, I have a presentable.
This is like a real kitchen show, man.
Yes.
So let me tell what I am doing. So I'm going to be doing a whiskey apricot, and so what do you need for that? You need some marmalade, apricot marmalade. Those apricots, will you remember at Entrepreneur's Kitchen, I had those apricots here. They were so bad that I turned them into a marmalade. So with that marmalade, I'm going to make this drink. And then you need some whiskey, and some ice, and some lemon juice, which I was just pressing. And what do? You just add them into your shaker with some ice cubes, a spoon of apricot marmalade. I think the original recipe is with some sort of different marmalade, but we have to be creative and use the foods we have at home. And I think I just put marmalade everywhere. And then don't forget the whiskey. Oh, you're really fast, Daniel. Not bad. Lots of whiskey. And then put them in a shaker. Make sure that it really sits tight and shake it. Yeah,
Okay.
wait, I'm not the...
So you shake, I cut, and then we avoid the sound problems.
Yeah, now we have the sound. See?
Okay.
Oh, we have your face on the right side too.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
How cool. I am really impressed. Really, really impressed. And then you put this beauty in your beautiful...
Have you ever
glass.
wondered what is
I'm
happening?
done.
You were done. Okay. Okay. Good.
Cheers, people of the internet. Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers to you. So I will just. Okay.
Really, really good.
I won't be as quick as you, but we just need the colors. That's good.
So
now the cucumber.
Oh, there is a question, Daniel. There is a question from Heinrich.
Okay.
He says, what is your recommendation for video conferencing services currently putting technical functionalities, stability, usability, privacy into consideration?
I love this question. Dear Heinrich, it's a 100 times that we answered this. No.
Yeah, Daniel is answering this question 5 times a day right now.
Yeah, no. It's a half joke. It's a very interesting and very important question. And it's a very good question actually, because and unfortunately there is no perfect answer to this question as well. First of all, the best conferencing software is the software that you can connect to the most of the people. Yeah. So that's the one way to look at it. However, that doesn't mean that it's perfect, as Zoom showed us with how they deal with the security. So that might be complicated. So there is no good answer for this question. From the corporate perspective, you probably have to choose whatever solution that works for your customers or for the people with whom you have to connect. Privately, if you are in the Apple ecosystem, I would strongly recommend using FaceTime, because it's end-to-end encryption and the everything that Apple showed already, how they care and deal with the privacy. So that's something that is really there, and it's really important. I heard a lot of good things about the Microsoft Teams. We use that to communicate with other customers. So I think it is actually it's boiled down to the actual customers. But with the security, you should also consider the Telegram, which is also the very good software and secure. Look for the end-to-end encryption, and look for the companies who has the values of the company has to be in line with respecting your privacy. So I think that's the answer. Sorry for not being too precise. But
yes.
this
and
is
you didn't name like one brand, but
well, I named FaceTime and Zoom. One thing
good.
that Zoom did, certainly, they have a really nice user interface. So okay, I'm done too.
Hey, look at you! Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Let me find something in my jungle.
Decorate.
Yes, of course, always.
Look, there is even decoration on this food. Beautiful.
Green. Yes, and now
ta-ta! Well done.
Lemon.
And then you use the hairspray, right?
No, I'm not gonna use hairspray. Okay.
Oh my God! Look at this.
Too big. Okay.
Well done.
Yes, but I'm not gonna use hairspray, but I can zoom in.
Yeah. Wow.
So yes. So
okay. So Daniel, when are you setting up this kind of stuff in my kitchen?
As you know, I'm on my way to Salzburg when we launch actually the company. Just a second, let me correct the camera. This is the nice things, but yeah, let's do it. Let's do it soon, and we will set it up. But for everybody who wants to set it up, the first thing that you should do, and you're actually doing this because we already discussed this. But first thing, the camera on the eye level is the first important thing. The second thing, microphone is close to your ears, to your mouth, to hear you better. And then the most fun, light. And with the light, you need probably try to use the same color of bulbs, and use something. Well, the cheapest hack that we can go to IKEA. Let's name the brand since we can, and just buy largest paper. What's the name of it? I forgot the word, but this paper cover for the lamp. And this is the best. This is the best and cheapest solution that you can actually do, because what you need is a lot of light, but it has to be warm. It cannot be yes. So you need it. So that's and have fun. Have fun because it's amazing. Go to YouTube. Check the creators' channels. They do amazing things. What the people do on YouTube, and I have a advice for every 14, 15, 16-year-old. If your parent tell you quit watching YouTube, fire your parent. That's the wrong message, and that's the wrong approach. In all seriousness, the thing is that creators now, they beat by quality metrics the large broadcasters, the huge production companies. That's really amazing. The improvement in overall quality is
absolutely
just amazing.
When you look into TikTok, right, you just totally I am so amazed. Like how the hell people can do this. It's a lot of time and really effort consuming and lots of creativity, and I love it.
Yes, and this is TikTok is a source of inspiration for us as well, and it's all about the format. It's about the creation. If I would be appointed now as a head of any documentary channel, I would say 20 minutes. That's your format. You have to explain something in 20 minutes. If you do it longer, no.
Oh. Well, which reminds me that we have 2 more minutes left, mister.
No, let's make it longer. I play a card here. We can do longer.
Since our audience probably is not necessarily 16 years old, but I know they can hold their breaths much longer. When we started this show, our shows were like 70 minutes, and that was long. That was kind of long. Yeah. Well, Daniel, we're almost at the end, and as you know, at the Entrepreneur's Kitchen, there is drinks, there is food, and there is
jokes. I had to eat, right? Because you otherwise. So let's prove it.
Exactly. Yeah. Now.
But you know that this proves nothing, because by the time I do cut, it could be a completely different fork. Here's to you.
I know. So he just took the other fork.
One of the few forks, yeah.
Exactly. Show us your table. Just joking. Well, tell me your joke.
So the joke, how to drown a hipster.
Oh no.
Throw him into the mainstream.
Well done. Okay. What does a wall say to the other wall?
Well, you are an expert in that jokes. I'm not even trying to go.
Let's meet at the corner. Well, Daniel, this was awesome. Thank you so much for joining me, and let's meet at the after show party.
Yes.
This was a delight having you here. I'm so happy to have you in our show and also supporting our format, and looking forward to seeing you again in Salzburg, hopefully soon.
Yes, I hope. Well, I know I fly on 3rd of August. So please, the message for all my stalkers, you can stalk me, no problem.
Excellent. So Daniel Kusiak, on August 3, arriving in Salzburg. Yes. And besides that, I will be doing a live show every Friday from now on, and I'm looking forward to reconnecting with you guys. In the meantime, Tune into those reruns. Have fun. They're full of inspirational moments and full of interesting, inspiring recipes. Thank you so much for tuning in, and see you next week. Bye.
Thank you.